welcome back, watch fans, for another installment of our art collection reviews in in a relaxed setting. That's right. Unbelievable, but true. We're doing the art collection pivot here. We're done with watches. That's right. We're done with watches, unless it's super high end. So let's get into it. Leave your nasty and vicious comments below. And here we got the Cindy and Jay Pritzker. I think that's the Pritzker family of Chicago. I think they got the governor, that fat guy, the fat Trump hater. He is part of the Pritzker family, the big hotel family. So let's check it out. Let's get into it. Then we're going to rate the collection on upside potential, quality, etc. Just like we do with watches. So here we go.
Screw mean to me. It means success, values, honesty, and a humbleness.
It means civic-minded, bringing beauty.
All right, so this is they got a whole production. This is a heavy hitter collection. When did this happen? I actually missed this, but this was a heavy duty sale here. So they got to really, load it on. They got to do the whole thing. Tell you how great the owners are behind the collection being sold. This is what they usually do in the catalog. They actually usually have a very nice. I think it's a nice thing where they do a nice little write-up to give it some context. It's good. Usually, it's after, it's somebody's like, estate sale. So it's almost like an obituary in a way. But it's kind of interesting when you read these catalog notes about the people, who had the collection. It's interesting. It's always an interesting piece of history. So here is the Pritzkers.
Beauty and art and joy, but also service and understanding that sometimes with great wealth comes great responsibility to help others.
I feel the same way.
To be creative and courageous. For them, I think that was synonymous.
They accomplished things. They collected things.
Is that Max Beckman? Whoa.
Not because they needed to, but because they wanted to. Ultimately, they wanted to make the world, their city, and their home a more beautiful.
Wow. On the right, this is Max Beckman. Max Beckman, German expressionist, great artist, very big in Chicago. I think there was a guy. Oh yeah, Richard Fagan was the dealer, gallery guy, gallerist is what they call him now. But he's the guy that introduced Max Beckman to Chicago. Great painter, big fan of Max Beckman.
And better place.
Chicago actually has probably the best architecture in America, pound for pound. I think Chicago is the most architecturally beautiful city in America. And they also have some pretty good art collections.
This November.
It's all going downhill, so it's kind of like, I don't know, there's not going to be a lot left of Chicago at some point. So let's.
Sotheby's is presenting the collection of Cindy and Jay Pritzker.
Oh, look at that.
The collection comprises masterpieces from across the late 19th and 20th century, from Camille Pissarro's beautiful composition of Pontoise.
I was never a fan of Pissarro. It's kind of like I don't know, second rate guy.
All the way to Juan Miro's sculpture of Mayor Ubu from 1977. Cindy and Jay Pritzker are some of the most important philanthropists from Chicago. It's hard to walk around the city of Chicago without seeing the name Pritzker, and for good reason. They're ingrained in every aspect of the city's cultural fabric.
I grew up in Chicago, born in Chicago, raised in Chicago. My family's been actively involved in the city.
Is that the man?
Father was mayor, brother was.
That's the this is Uncle Curly. Uncle Curly must know these guys, the Dailies. It's like the most corrupt politicians in history. Those are the guys that got Kennedy elected because they paid off the mob. I think they stuffed ballots or whatever it is. But Richard Nixon was supposed to win the election, but Daley and the Chicago mob basically got it rigged.
Mayor, if it wasn't for Cindy and Jay's engagement, the city probably would not be what it is.
We would not have the Harold Washington
Okay.
Library Center
A lot of
without Cindy Pritzker's drive, vision, and philanthropy, frankly.
It's like
There's also the Pritzker School of Medicine at the University of Chicago, the Pritzker Family Zoo at the Lincoln Park Zoos. Many
okay.
you continue to learn from for days, weeks, months, years. There are incredible works of art on an individual.
Wow, that's nice. Brancusi. Okay, wow. That's amazing. It's kind of weird just standing there in the hallway. Like that's kind of an odd place. I mean, that's a top class.
Basis. Starting with Vincent van Gogh's Roman Parisien Les Livres Jaunes, which depicts piles of novels spilling across a table in his and his brother's apartment in Montmartre in Paris.
You could say that the Pritzker collection,
So I don't know. This is kind of like a second-rate Van Gogh. Hang on a second. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of like, I mean, listen, if you're going to get a Van Gogh, you want to see like people maybe, you want to see a portrait, you want to see a landscape. This is basically a still life. So that's kind of like, not really desirable. I mean, it's basically something where you say, okay, I got a Van Gogh. But that's I mean, it's kind of it's a nice painting for what it is, but the subject matter is not really, that doesn't get the big bucks.
Les Livres Jaunes, which depicts piles of novels spilling across a table in his and his brother's apartment in Montmartre in Paris.
you could say that the Pritzker collection escapes all stereotypes. That painting gives you a vision of Van Gogh that totally counters many of the stereotypes that have sort of stuck on poor Van Gogh. Van Gogh is someone who is often described as someone who paints with his guts, paints with his instinct, doesn't have much intellect, doesn't have much rationality. Well, that is utterly untrue.
100%.
The yellow covers signifying publication by Charpentier of authors like Émile Zola and the de Goncourt brothers. Van Gogh read and wrote and spoke in 4 languages, and these are...
I don't know what this sold for, but I mean, look, they're really selling this hard. It's really not a desirable painting.
all books that he personally
It's basically like something you get, like, hey, I want to get a Van Gogh. Like, this is like the cheapest one available.
responded to. In his depiction here, he's creating his own self-portrait. Everything about
I mean, it's very well painted for like a Van Gogh. I mean, but just not the subject you want. You want to see like a starry sky, cypresses,
the way this work is painted,
crazy
the color,
stuff.
the brush strokes, the setting, the tight cropping.
And you don't
is
get the
quintessentially
crazy
Van Gogh.
brush strokes. That's the
The
other thing.
book open in the center of the table invites the viewer in.
Van Gogh
Is the
brush-
viewer the reader? Is the artist the reader? Presumably both.
I mean, they're spruiking this hard. They're spruiking this like almost like one of these Miami vintage watch dealers.
Van Gogh, through this particular painting, which is so beautiful to look at, but so beautiful to think at as well, Van Gogh gives you here a sort of testimony.
I don't know what this
He's not doing it for that particular purpose, but that's what this says, that I'm a great reader.
Oh, shit.
When Monet writes, he complains about the weather. When Van Gogh writes, he talks about philosophy.
How many paintings have you seen? How many?
Oh yeah, so this is basically the So when you got like a really expensive painting, they give you a full wall. So the deal is part of the thing that you want to negotiate if you're ever going to sell anything at any of the big auction houses is okay. What are they going to put in the catalog? Well, first of all, obviously the reserve, the estimate, all that, but then also how many pages do they give? They give you in the catalog? Do they make it a cover lot? Do they give you a full wall? For the preview. So here you got a full wall. It's not even a good wall. They give you this is like half a wall basically. No, actually, it's a half decent wall, whatever.
Still lifes have you seen that are about books? There are only 9 paintings, I think, in his entire corpus, which focus on books. It's extremely rare.
You know why it's rare? Because the guy, it didn't sell. Like it wasn't. I mean, it's not that interesting. Look, they're spending so much time on this.
There are so many amazing works in this collection, from Bauhaus, Kandinsky work on paper,
Kandinsky. Okay, now this is serious stuff. I was a big fan of Kandinsky when I was younger, but it's kind of like, I grew out of it. The whole, Russian bullshit. This is a really good one, though.
To lyrical Calder gouaches.
Wow.
Not every painting by Kirchner, not every watercolor by Kandinsky, not every painting by Léger speaks the language of architecture.
Shit.
And they managed to find over and
Now, these are good. This is the good stuff here. You got the good Léger. This is heavy duty there. That is nice. Hang on. Oh, shit. Yeah, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. I'm not a fan of their furniture. I'm not a big fan of the furniture choices. This like American antique bullshit.
over works that deeply resonated with the principal tenets of architecture.
One of the most fascinating works is the Henri Matisse triptych of
Wow. That's really interesting. Matisse. Listen, if you want Matisse, you want to get the red, beautiful color. Also, it's a triptych. So you got 3 panels there. You got this is actually this is like a really nice composition. I gotta tell you this. This is pretty desirable. Yeah, look at that. And you got the scratched out, whatever you call it, sgraffito. The white that's kind of scratched out. That's very lyrical. That's a plus.
Leda and the Swan. This was a work that was a commissioned piece, a commissioned architectural piece. When you look at this work, the first thing you see is the form of a female and a bird coming down from the top. The swan, of course, is Zeus. So here Matisse is grappling with mythological subjects. This is confined to the central panel, and on each side, when you open the doors, which are painted on the back in gold leaf, you see a bright vermilion and the incising of beautiful leaves whose form would again be echoed in the stained glass windows and vaults. His architectural installations were objects and works of art that
Yes, Matisse, his stained glass is pretty good.
took him years to develop often. And this work was no different. He spent 3 years thinking about sketching, painting, scraping back, removing images and compositions to then go back to this again.
It invites you also to gesticulate, to walk around, to circulate around it. And that's what happens in an architectural space. Picasso and Matisse, you could say that they were frenemies in a way.
Okay, so it's not really a painting. It's kind of like it's like a wall. It's sort of in the middle. It's a little bit of an oddball. It's kind of an oddball piece. I mean, it's very beautiful, but it's kind of an oddball piece. I think people want more, painting, something flat on the wall.
Where in 1928 or 29, Picasso is at the top of his career, and he sees a few works by Matisse, and he has this terrible kind of a quib about his old friend, and he says, when you look at Matisse, you fall asleep in a chair.
Yeah.
And in fact, Matisse proved Picasso wrong numerous times, and this is one example here. This painting doesn't allow you to fall asleep. It has you use your energy, use your inner forces, use your imagination, and play with it.
Uh-huh.
One particularly interesting aspect of the Max Beckmann piece in their collection is its scale. It's nearly 50 inches square. There's heavy symbolism and allegory, which is what you see in the best of Beckmann's works. There are perhaps echoes of Renaissance allegorical paintings and of cathedral stained glass windows. No one but Beckmann painted this way. It's instantly recognizable in the outline of the figures and the formation on the canvas.
Yeah, Beckmann is pretty good. She calls him Beckmann. I call him Beckman.
In the way the paint is handled. No one can create something with so much theatricality. It's almost like a stage set than Beckmann can. And he does this throughout his career.
Yeah, great.
The quality of the Pritzker collection is also clearly visible in their work by Paul Gauguin. Dating to 1889, when he had returned to Brittany to the town of La Poule-d'Eu, it takes as its base a vista of the ocean. Out on a rocky promontory, there is an abandoned home.
I mean, again, this is like a Gauguin, but you're not getting the Gauguin from Tahiti. If you want a Gauguin, you want a Gauguin from Tahiti that's got the nudes. This is France.
And in the foreground,
France.
a cow and a cowherd.
This is like an early
Paradoxically,
Gauguin.
they chose works that would transcend the general.
This is like a B+ Gauguin. This is not the Prime.
all received ideas about each particular artist. When you see this painting, you immediately recognize Gauguin. There's no question. And what is Gauguin known for is for his two Tahiti journeys.
This is what you want when you're talking about Gauguin. This is what you want. You want the naked girls from Tahiti.
Yet clearly, I mean, just by the way the lady to the right is dressed, you know that you're not in Tahiti. This was way before he even thought about Tahiti, but he already was.
Yeah, this is like early. It's not like his prime material. It's kind of like, I mean, he was very good, but this is not the,
driven by this, what you could call an
I think this is Breton when he was doing Breton.
civilization instinct.
The perspective is skewed here. This isn't a traditional vanishing point. Colors and planes are flattened. What he's trying to achieve here, which is heavily influenced by Japanese prints among other sources, is a new way of looking and interacting with the painted picture plane.
You are seeing someone who is very confident that he is articulating a new mode of painting.
I mean, for what it is, it's a great painting, absolute great. The frame is a little bit, I don't know, it's a little bit big, overwhelmed with the painting. I don't know if I'm a fan of the frame.
He's creating a new language that other people around him come and worship.
One of the most interesting works in this collection, and something that you really rarely find in American collections, is the work by Felix Vallotton of his wife, Gabrielle, sleeping on top of a bed. She's placed against the wallpaper in the background. And perhaps most surprising, on the underside of the comforter at the upper left.
Yeah, so Vallotton is kind of like that, another impressionist type of guy. Well, actually, what is he? He's later, right? He's kind of a later second. What is he? A second wave.
Left and lower right, these hints of bright pink.
Hmm.
He had just married Gabrielle. This was a new marriage. They had both been with partners before, and this was a time of extreme contentment and happiness for Vallotton, which is so beautifully displayed in this work of art. She's asleep, so of course it's dreamy, but it really is dreamy to look at it. There's nothing out of place in this painting. Everything feels perfect, even though so much of it is about imperfection. Among the paintings and drawings.
Actually, it's a really good painting when you think about it. It's the whole, look at this thing in a second. Let's get to the color, everything about it. I mean, great.
In the Pritzker collection, there were also beautiful examples of sculpture. And this is from...
Everything this guy has, it's all like very kind of relaxed, very quiet, like very, nothing outrageous.
Both the European canon and further afield. There's a wonderful Tang Dynasty horse from the early 8th century, for example, alongside a large-scale Miro bronze that was in their California residence, as well as an ARP, which is much more geometric than...
I got it mixed up. Excuse me, Jean ARP. I got it mixed up with Brancusi. Brancusi, ARP. They all sound alike after a while. No, Jean ARP. Yeah, sorry.
Many of ARP's works were at this time, as you would imagine, for collectors who were so deeply entrenched in the world of architecture. They thought about how the works of art impacted the space around them. It's easy to collect things so other people will be impressed. It's harder.
It's kind of like the way some people buy hype watches.
To collect things because they're what you really love and are passionate about, what you want to live with, just for yourself.
I do believe the Pritzkers were intimately in conversation with all of these artists, long dead artists. One can be almost certain they were intimately fond of. They really had a sort of personal intimacy, personal friendship with those people.
When I think of the Pritzker collection, the first word that comes to mind is visionary, because each of the works in its own right holds that quality. But when I think about it further, the word is personal.
These are not like the best of breed. This is not like the best of breed paintings of, I mean, these are like, A-list artists, but you're getting like B paintings or C paintings, like the Van Gogh. I wonder what it sold for.
Jay and Cindy Pritzker were a new generation of impactful, serious, incredibly successful.
This is kind of like not that interesting. Hang on a second. Let's pull up the next one. Let's go to the next. Let's see. We got who else we got on deck? Where is this? Where is this? Oh shit. Wait. Hang on a second. We got. I don't know where it went. Okay. All right. We'll pull up this guy here. 19th century paintings. Yeah.
Now Texas is an open door.
Okay, so we got the American art, Max Berry. Is that the Berry Galleries guy? Hang on a second. Is it Max Berry, the Berry Galleries guy? I think that's the guy. Wow. Okay. American art. We're taking a little detour here. We got Wyeth, very good painter. Really. Yeah, the problem with American paintings is, the only people who buy it is Americans. So it's really, you got a limited market. Like the Chinese are not going to be buying your Andrew Wyeth. Well, you never know, actually, but it's not really. I mean, they want to buy French, they want to buy international. This is like very Americanized. It's River School, like they're not buying, these Hudson River School paintings. The Chinese are not buying that. The Qataris, I mean, our good friend Emir Altani is not buying this. Look at that. Okay, no, actually, listen, for American art, that's like a, on a scale of 1 to 10, we give this, on a scale of 1 to 10, we give this a, it's a little bit too heavy in the Hudson River School stuff, which is kind of out of fashion. So we're going to give this a 7, solid 7. Hang on a second. Let's get into the, there's actually one guy I wanted to show you. This is, hang on a second. Where is this? Where did it go? Hang on a second. I'm going to find this here. Oh, hang on. Oh, this is interesting. Hang on a second. This is interesting. Wait. We got, hang on. Oh, check this out. This was the famous Salvatore Mundi. Should we see? No. I want to see this. There's one thing I'm looking for. Now, of course, we're not prepared here. We don't, we don't come prepared with the stuff ready to go. Where is this? Okay, hang on a second. Having a hard time locating this. Hang on a second. We got the punters. Yeah, I was trying to steal some hubcaps in New Jersey. That's what it was. Where is this piece here? I'm trying to find this, and it's not coming up. Stand by. Okay, we got to be better prepared for these, but we got, we're working a very low budget. We need donations for the high production. Hang on a second. There we go. Let's see. What are we looking for? Let's see. Yeah, they don't organize these videos very well, so that's our excuse for not being prepared here. Where is this piece? Oh, look at this. Oh, these are good friends from Saudi Arabia here. This is shit. That's a pretty good painting. Interesting. Yeah, no, yeah. There's the number of Saudi painters you can probably count on one hand. I don't know. It's a very, very limited. So, uh, you know, this could get big money. The key is you gotta find them like in the paintings. I don't know in the U.S. or somewhere. But yeah, this is like you couldn't give away this stuff like a few years ago. Now all of a sudden, all the Saudis want it. Yeah, just like our Manouchehr Yektai story. Wow. So this is you're getting a 2 for 2. You're getting a triple. You're getting this is exactly what you're looking for the big to deliver alpha. Very hot. So you get a female Saudi painter, a modernist female Saudi painter. I mean, how many were there? And this is actually a pretty good painting. This is a pretty fucking good painting. 1968. Oh, camel race. They love camels. So this is, you got the subject, you got the subject, you got now the only problem with this is this Mohammed Siem guy. That is like a very he did this in 1988, so that's about 70 years 70 years after that trend. This is like a futurist. It's like that guy Baccioni. It's like the Italian futurists who were doing this in the, I don't know, what is it, the 20s. So early. I mean, he's about 70 years late. So that's that's kind of like not really desirable, but because he's the only Saudi painter. I mean, how many Saudis are doing this? Like, they can get, but historically it is like zero importance outside of just local interest. And this painting on the left is kind of like whatever, nothing special. 1967. Again, it's kind of interesting. They were doing this back in the 60s or whatever. It's I can almost guarantee you that none of these paintings were ever sold in Saudi Arabia. I can guarantee you this. Nobody was buying them in Saudi Arabia. They were probably sold, I don't know, in Europe or wherever, to like I don't know, French people or something. And kind of a mediocre paint. Also, this is kind of like what year is this? Hang on a second. Let's back up. Let's back up. 1976. It's kind of like a color field painting. It's kind of the moment. It's of the moment. It's not. It's like it's okay. It's good, not great. This is the problem with production here. Now, these guys don't have good production. Why am I seeing this tomato can on the screen? I don't want to see. I want to see the painting. This guy is taking up half the screen. We're selling the painting, not this tomato can. Okay, so this is kind of like modernist stuff. This is kind of like you see a lot of this. I'm kind of tired of that. Like, I mean, stuff 50s. Again, it's a little bit kind of late. It's kind of got this like social realism vibes, communist type stuff going on. It's interesting. So what they do is they do a little mix in this auction. They do a little mix. They throw in some European art, local art, and they get the heavy hitters to make the local stuff, which is not that good. I mean, there's really not. I mean, the reality is Saudi Arabia, they're not known for art. I think it's kind of haram to depict the figure. So it's didn't develop any good artists. I mean, whereas Lebanon had some pretty good painters, really good painters. Okay, so look at this. They're trying to tomato can people here. So they get a Picasso landscape, which you can't give it away. Like nobody wants a Picasso landscape. I mean, this is like a big painting, but like I bet this sells for like I don't know, $1 million or so. Which is whereas if it was like a nude or whatever, it would be 10 million, 20 million. So nobody wants this. Like this is like undesirable. But I guess in the Middle East, you don't want to have a nude woman. That would be haram. But this is kind of abstract. You got the green, so it's I guess it's for the local market. It's kind of, and it's a Picasso, so you can say you got a Picasso on the wall. Decent for a Picasso. It's kind of like a C plus. I mean, look at this. I mean, these guys do what a sales job they do. I mean, they got a script like unbelievable. What a script these guys have here, selling the spruiking the Picasso. The colors are actually pretty good. Uh, I mean, I don't know if you want to do buffet. Do you want like this dark one? You want like the more colorful abstraction? I don't know. I'm sorry, I got it mixed up with Bernard Buffet. Buffet. Okay. Oh shit! This is like the worst Basquiat painting you can get. This I think this is a work on paper. This looks like it's fake. I mean, look at that. Why they have this guy is taking up the whole screen? They should have I think this is a work on paper. I think it's a drawing, right? It looks like a drawing. Yeah, you don't want this. This is like, again, they're trying to basically like, they're just bringing them like undesirable stuff. Like Sotheby's is basically trying to scam the local market there. They figure, hey, the Saudis, they don't know anything. They'll buy a brand name. It's kind of like Rolex, but it's not. This is, you don't want this. This is garbage Basquiat. Electrifying energy. It's what- so basically, here they sell you basically like a light bulb. They sell you a light bulb, and you know show it on your wall. That's what you get. Oh man, I mean, this is like very, I mean, fucking niche. Again, very kind of commercial. Like, this is brand name. Very safe. Okay, we got Roy Lichtenstein. He calls him Roy Lichtenstein. Okay, yeah, it's kind of like a mediocre Lichtenstein. Yeah, it's all these. This is all the stuff is like pretty much mediocre material, and this is 1997. I mean, this is like late. This is really late. Like not desirable. The guy was running out of ideas by then. Like, yeah, he's out of ideas at this point. Oh, this is interesting. Yeah, I mean, man, it's so weird. Like they're basically. I think it's like the warehouse. I think it's like a warehouse clearance. I think this is like the Sotheby's warehouse clearance, like stuff that didn't move or whatever. And they figure, shit, we can't, like a couple of years back, like 10 years ago, they would, 15 years ago, they would have been sending this to like Hong Kong, the Hong Kong auction, because they figured, okay, the Chinese, they don't know anything. They'll buy any brand name. So, and that would have worked out. So now, now they're moving the warehouse sale to the Middle East because they figure, these guys, they don't know anything. So what the hell? I mean, this is like, I've actually never seen this wall. I've never seen this type of Warhol before. He's doing like a thing of the Kiriko, which is, I don't know. And again, also, this is late. This is 1982. This is like way past his prime. He ran out of ideas at this point. This is like really kind of like he's running on fumes. This is when like Warhol is basically like you can't even give away these paintings. This probably you could have bought this for like I don't know 10 grand in 1982. And he would have taken installments. Exciting. This is not exciting. This is garbage. 1982. This guy, I mean, they got this guy's like, this guy reminds me of like, who's that guy that they had in Iraq? Baghdad Bob. That was the minister of information. Yeah, this guy's the minister of information, the propaganda minister over here. I mean, spruiking, third-rate merchandise. Third-rate merchandise. This guy's selling. I mean, he should be. I should send. You know what? I'm going to send my Iran Darudi painting there. That would shit. Okay, that gave me an idea. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna contact this tomato can, and we're gonna spruik the Iran Darudi because I haven't been able to shift it here. But this is what happens. And actually, that piece would actually do very very well there. Well, maybe not at this time because it's an Iranian contemporary. So I don't think the Saudis are fans of Iran at this point. So it is what it is. Yeah. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, we're gonna do one more. Then we're gonna wrap up. We're gonna do one more, and then we're gonna wrap up. Hang on a second. Let's see who else we got here. You got Scottie Pippen selling his used sneakers. Scottie Pippen used sneakers. Let's see what else we got. Any good collection reviews here? Okay. Bing Crosby's collection. I don't think it was that good. I don't think I want to see that. Let's see. Got watches. We saw the watches. Yeah, we saw that stuff. I'm tired of these fucking watch people. I really am tired of these watch people. They're like, yeah. You got John Reardon, tomato can here. I don't want to see that guy. That mooch bum. Where's the Leonard Lauder collection? Jeff Koons. I'm a big fan of Jeff Koons. But I don't want to see that stuff. Okay, here we go. Oh shit, here we go. Heavy hitters. Okay. Now this is the real deal. Wow. The Carlisle. Okay. All right, hang on. Stand by. We gotta do some cooking here. So stand by. We gotta uh, put something in here. Hang on a second. Ah, let's see. Let's see. Okay, hang on a second. There we go. Put this up here. All right, stand by. All right. All right. The chef is off tonight, so we gotta do the cooking here. All right. Let's go back to this Lauder collection. Oh, you were a postcard collector. Yeah, yeah, he used to go to the flea market. I remember yeah, there was a bunch of flea markets back in the day in New York. There was one in like the garage, and he would buy postcards there. Big postcard collector. The Swiss had an incredible. The Swiss are really good at graphic design. They were like real leaders. They still, I mean, they invented the Helvetica font. I mean, yeah, the Swiss are like, they did a very clean design. Amazing. They're not really known for any other art, but graphic design is like their specialty. Oh, we got the internet. We got to upgrade the internet here. Uh-oh. We'll get the battery running low. Hang on a second here. There we go. What happened here? We're frozen. All right, this thing's frozen here. We got frozen internet. What's going on? Ah, shit. Okay. The internet's frozen. Okay, we gotta go anyway. Okay, hang on a second. Internet is all fucked up. Ah, shit. All right. We're gonna come back later for this.